Hi all, welcome back to Python for Data Science tutorial on Fulcrum. This session is on the decision-making statement in Python. Decision-making statements in programming languages decides the direction or flow of program execution. The decision-making statements available in Python are if statement, if-else statement, nested if statements, and if-elif ladder. Let's see them one by one. The if statement is used to decide whether a certain statement or block of statements will be executed or not. That is, if a certain condition is true, then a block of statements is executed, otherwise not. Let's understand the syntax first. Use the if keyword, specify your condition, then colon. As long as the condition is true, you can specify the statements that has to be evaluated. Let's take an example. Say num equal to 10. We are going to write a program to check if the number is positive. So let's use an if condition. So how do we use that if? What is the condition? Num greater than 0. So as long as your number is greater than 0, that is as long as this condition is true, whatever statement I give within my if is going to work. So let's give a statement. Let's print saying number is positive. Right? What happens now? Num is initialized with 10. So 10 greater than 0. This condition is true. So if the condition is true, this statement will be evaluated. You can give n number of statements with an if. As of now, we are taking only one statement. So let's run the code and see our output. So you could see here it is printing number is positive. It's because this condition num greater than 0 is true. What if I have changed this value of 10? Let me give it as minus 2. What happens now? So here num is minus 2. So this condition is wrong. So if the condition is wrong, this statement will not be evaluated. That is, now you will not get any output for this piece of code because you have only one if statement. So this is not going to get evaluated because our condition goes wrong. So if I have given some print statement out of this if, so if I have given say number is, let's print the number. If it was like this, now you'll get the output as number is minus 2. Let's try. Yeah, you could see your output here. Number is minus 2. What's happening here? Num is initialized with minus 2. Checks the condition. This is wrong. Minus 2 is not greater than 0. So this statement is not evaluated. It comes out of the if and it prints the statement number is and the value of num. So now if our input is a negative entity, we don't have a good statement to print and show, right? So let's modify this if statement. Let's add an else part as well. So how do we add that? Else and then colon. You could give a statement like this, print number is negative. Now what happens? This condition is wrong or false. So if it's false, it comes to the else part. So num equal to minus 2. This is a false condition. So the control moves to the else part where we are printing number is negative. So this is a code which checks if the number is positive or negative. Let's run this. Now you could see the output here. It's printing number is negative. Let's make the code more user friendly. Let's take the input from the user. So how do we do that? So let's say num is equal to input, enter a number. So here you know that when we use the input method, the data will be read as a string. So we need to typecast this to integer type. Right, we are done. So now it's asking the user to enter a number. Let me give an input 10. So it is showing number is positive. Let's try with a negative number. So let me say -3. It's saying number is negative. So this is how you make use of if-else statement. Now let's see about if-else ladder in Python. Let's take an example. Let's say we have two variables. Let's say they are two numbers, num1 and num2 is equal to 10. Right? We'll start with the if, else, if and else statement. Let's say if num1 greater than num2. If this condition is true, let's print a statement saying print num1 is greater than num2. Right? So as long as this statement is true, num1 greater than num2, it will print num1 is greater than num2. Now we'll add else if. elif num1 equal to num2. So if this goes wrong, that is if the num1 greater than num2 condition fails, the control switch to elif statement. So within elif statement, we are checking if the numbers num1 and num2 are the same. So if that's the case, we'll print both numbers are same. Right? Now what if this also goes wrong? Then we'll add the else statement. Else, let's say we'll print num1 is less than num2. So after all these ladder, let's simply give a print statement. Print what the numbers are. Num1 and num2 is, let's say, num1 comma num2. So if you run this code, this is the output what you get. Num1 is greater than num2. Num1 and num2 is 12, 10. So what is happening here? Num1 holds a value of 12. Num2 holds a value of 10. So initially it checks the condition. Is num1 greater than num2? So here my condition is true. So it will execute this part. Print num1 is greater than num2. And then it skips all these else if and else. And then finally it comes to this part. Print num1 and num2. So that's the reason why you're getting this output. Num1 is greater than num2. Now what if I have changed the inputs like this? If I say num1 equal to 1 and num2 equal to 10. What is the output? It says num1 is less than num2 and prints the values of num1 and num2. So here initially it checks, is your num1 greater than num2? So this is not true. It fails. So the flow switches to else if part. It checks whether your num1 is equal to num2 or not. So it's not equal. This condition fails. So the control flows to else part. So here you have given a statement to print num1 is less than num2 and hence it is printed. And finally this last print statement where you are printing the values of num1 and num2. And now what if I modify the inputs as num1 and num2 holding the value 1? So what the output will be now? It prints both numbers are same, right? Because first condition is 1 greater than 1. No, it's not. It's a false statement. So the control flows to else if. So here in else if part my condition is true. 1 equal to 2. Sorry, 1 equal to 1. So here it prints the statement both numbers are same. Hence you are getting this output. And finally after the if else ladder you have the print statement where you are printing the values of num1 and num2 and hence your output. So this is about the conditional statements or you call it as the decisional statements in Python. So unlike other programming languages, you don't have a switch statement in Python. We do the conditional statement using if else, if else if, else ladder. Now you can have nested if statements. You can have multiple statements within if, else, if and else. All these depending upon your requirement you can do. This is the basic syntax and few examples to understand the basic concept of decision making statements in Python. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe, and please don't forget to tap the bell icon. You'll get notified whenever we upload a new videos. Thank you.